Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good week so far. And we're going to have a little two-part weekly press conference here today. So I'm going to go over some things about the Metro budget, some other items, take whatever questions that you have. And then at 10:30, we're being joined by two special groups of young people that just recently won state championships that I'm very excited to honor here at Metro Hall. That is going to be really nice to recognize them and to recognize their accomplishments as individuals and how well they represented Louisville in the state championships here recently. But first, I want to discuss the over $1 billion budget that Metro Council is going to be voting on this Thursday night that they considered in their budget committee yesterday afternoon. As I said when I proposed budget to Metro Council several months ago, we as a city must continue to invest in our priorities. We've got to show even more progress and show it faster and demand even better performance from our city government. We are already seeing so much positive momentum all across our city right now that you can truly see and feel in every neighborhood of our city. And so I believe that it's time to push even harder. And the budget that I proposed to Metro Council and that as they amended yesterday in committee does just that. It's going to make Louisville safer. We already know that homicides and shootings are down over 30% this year alone. We have to keep that positive momentum going to show even more progress, to make Louisville even safer. And that's what this budget does. It supports our public safety professionals by investing in a larger team at LMPD, at the fire department, and at EMS and their recruiting classes. It invests in new and updated equipment like license plate readers and cameras to help deter criminals and solve crimes when they do happen. It invests in Louisville's first new fire station in over 15 years. And it continues to invest in our nationally recognized Summit Wellness Center and a first-class headquarters for LMPD right here in downtown Louisville as recommended by the Department of Justice. It also, in the amended budget proposed at a budget committee yesterday at Metro Council, it also provides funding to acquire land to have a first responder training facility in southwest Louisville, a place where all first responding agencies can learn and can improve. We're also supporting other public safety initiatives through this budget that will save lives, like continuing to invest in our crisis call deflection program to ensure people who are having mental health crises can get the support that they need when they call 911. Continue to support EMS's new and innovative First in Kentucky pre-hospital blood program that provides patients en route to the hospital with blood on the way. Truly has already saved lives. We're also investing in innovative public safety solutions with this budget. This budget has a new drone program that will support our first responders in emergency situations. These drones will be able to get to the scene before the fire department, before a police officer may arrive, to help make it safer for the first responder and ensure when they get there that they're able to get to work right away. This budget also adds new medical professionals inside the 911 call center. So for those calls that come that might not be emergency in nature, a medical professional on the phone can help you and save our ambulances for the most life-threatening calls that we received and help provide better service to the individual in need. These are all innovative new strategies that this budget supports that will make Louisvillians safer. The budget also helps us implement our new crime plan, Safe Louisville, and it keeps us moving forward with the meaningful reforms that are already well underway at LMPD. Well, it's also investing in so many other areas that help ensure Louisville is safer, like Metro Corrections, Metro ABC, which is providing even more funding for additional enforcement, as we've seen is needed and is effective in our recent weeks. We want that work to continue, and this budget will ensure it does. We also provide more funding for Louisville Metro Animal Services to help them with the important work that they do. This budget will also make Louisville stronger. We're making great progress on affordable housing across our city right now, but to meet our goals, we need to continue to do more and find even more innovative ways to move forward. This budget is going to continue to support the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. Now, the Metro Council did reduce the amount that will be going to that trust fund, but the $12.5 million in this amended budget is an important continued investment in this vital fund that helps build more affordable housing all around our city. It also provides unique funding to the Louisville Metro Housing Authority that's undergoing a complete turnaround and reinvention right now to support the 30,000 Louisvillians that rely on LMHA every day. And this budget also helps fund more projects and more developers all across our city with affordable housing options throughout our community, including small developers that are looking to build new homes, a new modular housing pilot program, and it also continues our new lien waiver forgiveness program, which just saw its first home remodeled and put back on the market. So a vacant and abandoned property that has been bringing down a neighborhood for far too long has now been renovated, improving the quality of the neighborhood and giving a family an opportunity to own their own home and to begin to create wealth for their family. That said, we know that far too many of our neighbors still struggle to find a place to call home, and this budget continues our work to help people get off the streets and into safe and stable housing and the treatment that they might need. That's why this budget directs some of the opioid settlement funds that we've received to create 2 new 24-hour permanent shelters and supportive housing for individuals who are in need. It also includes shelter expansions to provide more than 50 new beds for those who would otherwise be sleeping on the streets. It also continues the work that we're doing on the community care campus, another nationally recognized model where we already have temporary family shelter that has been opened, and a permanent family shelter will open this fall. This budget provides much needed funding to open a new medical respite facility on the community care campus, so individuals who are released from the hospital might not yet be strong enough to be on their own or have a place to go, keeps them off the street upon their release from the hospital. Another national model that's happening right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Another thing this budget does is it helps keep the amazing economic momentum going positively in a new direction all across our city. It continues to support the Louisville Economic Development Alliance, which has already made some really incredible, important progress, and later this week we have even more good news to share. This budget helps continue our support to continue that momentum going. It continues to invest in our downtown revitalization by supporting downtown ambassadors and improving the infrastructure that we need to continue to build more residential units, to build more hotels, to attract more events, more festivals, more people to work downtown. All of that will happen with the result of the investments from this budget. But beyond downtown, which is everyone's neighborhood, this budget also supports economic growth in every corner of our city. I proposed and Metro Council is supporting 3 new funds that for our east, south, and western portions of our city to ensure that they also see economic growth. In the east, after yesterday's meeting, those $3 million in funds for the east have been specifically designated for infrastructure projects that can help support the fast growth that we're seeing in the eastern part of our city. In the southern part of our city, where there's a need for more retail and restaurants along corridors like the Dixie Highway, these funds will help support that, among other loans and other economic initiatives in the South. And in West Louisville, the funds have been designated for some important infrastructure projects, including continuing to support the development of the Shawnee Outdoor Learning Center, which will be right in Shawnee Park, another important addition to our West Louisville. This will all help us attract and retain talent, keep people here in Louisville with good paying jobs, attract people from around the country to live in our great city. And we're also doing some specific workforce development initiatives to do just that as well, like supporting young adults with an investment, continued investment in the spot, and funding Evolve 502's work to provide scholarships and additional paths to higher education for Louisville youth. And as I've talked about much, and I will always be working on for as long as I'm mayor, we all know, or should know, that early childhood education is a key to strengthening our future, to strengthening every child who is born here in Louisville. And while Thrive by 5 gets their work underway, this budget has additional commitments to early childhood learning opportunities. Beyond all of that, it's also to continue to focus on the basics of local government, to ensure that city services are provided to every person here in Louisville and provided well, with efficiency, effectiveness, and quality. And this budget is going to do just that. It takes the learnings from our recent historic snow over the last winter season and improves and invests in our snow team so that future snowfalls will be able to address the roads even better than we have in the past. It also keeps up with our basic street maintenance better than ever and invests in more infrastructure and roads and street calming devices and sidewalks and speed humps and guardrails and signs to ensure that we have a safe infrastructure system around our city. Also, the Metro Council, one of their amendments to my proposed budget yesterday was to add an additional mowing cycle for Louisville Metro government, an addition that I strongly support to keep our medians and all of our grass mowed well to ensure we have a clean and safe city. And speaking of that, this budget will also continue to help build a healthier Louisville. Throughout my administration, we have prioritized investments in our parks and our libraries, and this budget is no different with the support of Metro Council. Funding for parks and recreation is going up, the direction it should be going. We just opened a world-class pool at Algonquin Park. If you have not yet visited it, I strongly encourage you to. It's open 6 days a week and is really more of a water park than a pool. It is an amazing place for families to go. That pool and that park needs security and staff, and Metro Council added even more money to help ensure continued quality and safety for Algonquin Park and Algonquin Pool. We also just recently opened the Nick Rodman Legacy Park in South Louisville. Our park ranger program is underway and funding continues in this budget. And this budget continues to invest in important parks all across our city. Iroquois Park, Cherokee Park, Central Park, G.G. Moore Park. It creates the Highland Park Bike Park, which is going to be a really innovative new bike park under the highway in South Louisville. It funds important deferred maintenance projects all across our city in parks from east to west, south to north. As amended by a Metro Council, this budget also provides additional funding to the world-class new Alberta O. Jones Park right in the heart of the California neighborhood. And it begins the planning for improvements at the Sun Valley Pool and Community Center. And just as it goes with parks, I believe that every neighborhood deserves a great library, a great public library, which have also been a priority throughout my entire time as mayor. And so this budget continues to provide more funding for our libraries as we begin to reopen libraries like Parkland that just opened, as Portland, the renovated Portland Library comes online. The Fern Creek Library, which is currently under construction, and we're getting closer every day to its new opening. And also this budget provides $1 million in matching funds for additional books and materials throughout our library system. I know this is a lot. These are just some of the highlights of opportunity that we have to continue this positive momentum, to continue moving Louisville in a new direction. Part of that is because we're in an incredibly strong position right now at Louisville Metro government, thanks to the way that we have managed the budget over the previous 2 years. We have a one-time budget surplus of nearly $50 million that makes us have the ability to make these investments that I have just described. And that's without raising taxes. So thanks to our positive momentum and responsible management of taxpayer funds, we have the ability to continue this positive momentum. We'll also maintain the same commitment to always working every day to improve the services of Metro government. And so in addition to what I just said, we're also piloting a new AI project that's looking for ways where we can deliver city services better and more effectively. I want to give a giant thanks to all of my colleagues on Metro Council who have been working hard over the past 2 months to review my proposed budget, who have amendments that were approved out of the Budget Committee yesterday. A special thanks to Budget Chair Kevin Kramer, the Budget Committee Vice Chair Marcus Winkler, to President Brent Ackerson, and all the members of Metro Council that have taken so much time to review this budget, to make their proposals, to ask good questions of our administration, and to additionally make the amendments that I believe will continue to move Louisville in a new direction. So I'm excited for Thursday. I am excited for Metro Council's vote. I am cautiously optimistic, and I encourage everyone on Metro Council to support this amended budget to keep the positive momentum going, to build on our progress, to perform even better and faster than we ever have as a city, for all Louisvillians, to keep pushing our momentum forward, to make Louisville safer, stronger, and healthier. So let's all join together and encourage Metro Council to pass this budget on Thursday evening at their meeting. There are a couple of other things that I'd like to talk about before taking questions, just with some things that are coming up as well and important reminders, or just a couple of reflections as well. Yesterday, I had the great honor of joining the 33 new LMPD recruits as they took their opening day, what they call the POPS test. It's their physical test that they need to pass to become a recruit, to become a member of LMPD and a police officer. It was a great experience for many reasons. And one of the reasons it was a great experience was because this is the largest recruiting class that LMPD has seen in years. I'm very proud of the work that the chief and his team at LMPD are doing to recruit a great team of fine young individuals who I had a chance to meet yesterday, to thank them for their public service, to sweat a little bit with them outdoors as we did the test together. But I am very optimistic about the direction that LMPD is going in. And yesterday, meeting these 33 new recruits was a great way to do that. We also have a couple of important things coming up this Saturday that I want to remind the entire city about. They're both at just about the same time on Saturday morning, but there are two important events. First is the Community Commitment Listening Session. We had our first one last week, and this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the Newburgh Community Center, we will hold another one of our listening sessions from the community to hear about their response to our community commitment and to get feedback as we begin the process of hiring an independent monitor to oversee LMPD and Louisville Metro government's compliance with this agreement. Also, at a very similar time on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. at U of L's campus on Floyd Street there, right in the sports complex, we're going to have a fun event honoring former athletic director Tom Jurich, who has done so much to help really transform our city, to improve the University of Louisville and athletics program. And I'm excited for Tom's homecoming here in Louisville and a special recognition in partnership with U of L of former athletic director Tom Jurich. I also want to make sure that everyone knows this week with the extreme heat that's going on, it is a white flag week here in Louisville. And so Wayside and Salvation Army shelters will be open 24 hours a day this week due to the extreme heat to help individuals who are in need. We're trying to get as much water to individuals who need to. We're encouraging everyone to stay hydrated when they're out and about. And finally, I want to give a thanks to Yum Brands and JCPS. They had an exciting and interesting announcement yesterday where Yum Brands donated their campus to JCPS for their new headquarters, which JCPS was looking for. And Yum is now in the process of looking for a new home here in Louisville. I want to be very clear about that. Yum's new home will be in Louisville. We have been talking with them for several months about a few different locations that they are considering. And we are excited to continue working with Yum as they find a new location for their headquarters here in Louisville. So stay tuned for where that might be in the coming weeks and months ahead. And as I mentioned, we have other exciting announcements coming up later this week. So once again, it's another busy week in Louisville. Even with the extreme heat, that does not stop us. The summer months don't stop us. We are continuing to move forward, and I'm very excited about the direction that our city is headed in right now. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions from members of the media, and then we're going to honor a couple of great young athletes and young people across our city.
Is there anything about this amendment budget that you feel like is vulnerable when it goes to a vote of the full body?
Well, the question was about, is there anything in the amended budget that I believe is vulnerable when it goes to the vote in front of the full Metro Council on Thursday night? It had significant, overwhelming bipartisan support yesterday in the Budget Committee. Now, remember, there are two budgets that are voted on, both the operating budget and the capital budget. Both of them had overwhelming support. And so I am optimistic that there will be overwhelming bipartisan support on Thursday night for the amended budget, just as there have been with my previous two proposed budgets.
Was there anything in the amended version that you will try to put back in that might have been amended out?
Well, though at this point, the amended budget is what's going forward on Thursday night, so that there will not be any further changes from me or my administration to the budget. You know, everyone has their own view of what the perfect budget looks like. My view is we need to look at it in its entirety as a $1.2 billion budget and how it best can move the city forward. And so I support the amended budget in its current form. I support Metro Council's focus on parks, on continuing to support the East and the West and the South when it comes to economic development, to continue to support our public safety initiatives and their added funded for the first responder training facility. All of those are initiatives that I support.
Some concerns raised about MMY and its hearing progress they've been making. Are you comfortable with the progress they're making? Because the million in there remains for it, right?
That is correct. The question was about the $1 million that remains in the amended budget for the modular housing pilot project and the local company here, MMY, that is currently manufacturing homes by Louisvillians in a Louisville factory for Louisville. And so I'm excited that my understanding is later this summer, the first home produced by MMY for a Louisvillian will be up in Louisville. Right now, they're manufacturing homes for a family scholar house project in Sellersburg, Indiana. And so certainly there are requirements that will have to be complied with, but I'm excited that we have this new innovative approach to building homes in a factory in Louisville by Louisvillians for Louisvillians.
Louisville Metro Council is proposing to cut $2.5 million from what you propose for the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. It would be the first time in years that the city decreased its contribution year over year. What are your thoughts?
The question was about the reduction in funding to the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Fund. I proposed that there be a $15 million investment in the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Fund, and Metro Council has amended that to $12.5 million. I, of course, would like to see it at the higher number, and if there were even more resources available, I would fund it even more, because I think safe, quality, and affordable housing is the foundation for families in everything that they do in life. And so the good news is that this is more than has been funded prior to me being mayor, is that we've set a new benchmark, a new standard, and I was trying to push that year over year. Metro Council apparently is not there yet. I acknowledge that, but I want to keep this momentum going, and so I support the budget in its current form. But of course, I'm going to look for every way that we can continue to support affordable housing. There are a lot of other initiatives that we're doing that are in this budget. I just talked about one, this $1 million investment to have new affordable housing that's built in Louisville by Louisvillians for Louisvillians. The Metro Council did add an additional $250,000 for the Arthur Street Hotel. That helps provide individuals who are homeless, help them have a new path in life to get into affordable housing and get off of the streets. So there's a lot of other things in the budget. There's also some additional funds for legal aid, for repairs, some other community amenities that help individuals that are in need of housing. So when taken in its entirety, this budget does a significant amount to move our housing initiatives forward, to keep the plans that I set forth in the My Louisville Home Plan moving forward to provide more housing for individuals. But fighting for additional funding for Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Fund is something that I will continue to do.
We wanted to know if homeless clearing camps will pause because of the current heat wave.
The question was about our work. You know, we have people that are out on the team every day that are engaging with individuals who are on the street. And let me be I'm proud of the work that our homeless engagement and response team is doing. They are providing help to individuals who are not living in safe or healthy conditions on the streets of Louisville, particularly when it's in extreme heat like this. And so we are helping them find shelter, helping them find places where they can go that are cooler, that are safer, and healthier for them. The data shows that what we're doing is working. In the 2 years since I have been mayor, the number of encampments has dropped dramatically. There's significantly fewer people living in encampments in Louisville today than 2 years ago before I became mayor. That will continue. At the same time, we're providing more services, support, and shelter than ever before in our city. Those efforts combined will help continue this positive momentum to help individuals in need and to make our streets safer. We actually recently added a second shift for our homeless engagement and response team. And so several days a week now, as opposed to just working in the morning shift, they're working also in the afternoon and into the early evening to provide even more support to help individuals get shelter, get services, get out of this heat.
Can you expand on the security additions at Algonquin Park and pool that you mentioned?
Yeah. So the question was about security additions in Algonquin Park that were added by the Metro Council. There was an additional $250,000 that was added for investment in Algonquin Park, and we're looking at several different ways that we can make some additional enhancements, improvements to ensure it's a great experience there. And it even enhances the security at Algonquin Park. I don't want to get too far ahead yet, but there's an additional $250,000 that was added into the budget.
Mayor, to kind of switch gears on you a little bit, there was the recent announcement of the tree canopy inventory program in the city. I was curious if there was any, what exactly prompted this new study and kind of what is it?
Yeah, so the question was about a new tree canopy initiative that we're doing. And that was, we had gotten about $12 million from the federal government, a grant, to do a lot of different things related to our tree canopy here in Louisville, which, as you know, is critically important. Having a great greenery and trees in our city is important to our city's health. It's important to our ecosystem. It truly makes people healthier, and that's one of the things that I'm looking to support. The Traeger Microforest just opened in downtown Louisville is a great example of bringing more green space into downtown, and we're actually studying what that means for people who are around that. But what this tree canopy survey does is it actually inventories our city in the public right of ways, and then it's going to help us make decisions on where we need to plant more trees so that every neighborhood can have access to nature, access to the health benefits that trees provide. We're using some AI tools as well with some digital cameras to do that inventory, to assess are there trees there that are dead and need to be replaced and things like that. So that work is ongoing.
On adding any more green space, like in maybe a vacant parking lot or something like that? Is that a part of the study?
That's not exactly part of that study, although it will identify where we have the biggest issues with urban heat islands that could benefit from more trees. But I can assure you that we're constantly looking for new ways to add more parks and trees and green space in downtown to other parts of our community. That's one of the reasons why we continue to invest so much in our parks.
One more? You guys good?
And just the direction of TARC in general these days?
The question was about the funding for TARC. And so again, just to clarify, TARC has a separate budget that will also be approved by Metro Council. That is a budget proposed by the TARC Board of Directors. And TARC has seen some challenges over the years. I believe that there was a decade or more of financial mismanagement of that agency that led them to the position that they find themselves in today. There is great new leadership at TARC. There is a strong, committed board that is focused on turning TARC around to provide quality services, reliable services, and improved services to people who use TARC and hopefully expand the ridership of TARC over the coming years. So yes, I think they're moving in the right direction. There's still a lot of work to do. They've done a complete rerouting study for TARC that I think will improve service for the people who use TARC now. We're also excited about the opportunity over the coming years where TARC can be another means of transportation that JCPS high school students rely on. And so we're looking at in the rerouting to get to all the JCPS high schools. That's one of the things that's being evaluated and worked on right now. So I'm excited for TARC's future. Thank you all very much. Please stick around as we honor a couple of great young people in our city. Well, welcome to Louisville Metro Hall, and it's great to be joined today by two amazing teams, their coaches, and a whole bunch of amazing young Louisvillians who made us all proud throughout Louisville with their work, with their dedication, by literally stepping up to the plate and delivering performances in their sports that made history for their schools and for our city. We're so proud of both Trinity and Assumption in their recent state championship victories, and wanted to especially honor these teams here today. We'll first start with Assumption. The Assumption High School Rockets secured their first ever state title in softball in a tense battle against the reigning state champions, no longer Henderson County Colonels. It was an amazing set of victories for your entire team, and it was really great to watch you all and follow along. You know, it's been such a great baseball season here in our city with Trinity and with Assumption, and also with our U of L Cardinals going to the College World Series. And sometimes your games were all at the same time, and so it was tough to watch everything at once. But I know that Rachel and I really enjoyed keeping track of both of your pursuits of these great state championships. And just a couple of fun facts about the Assumption softball team. There are 3 sets of sisters on the Assumption team: the Satterleys, the Goodman sisters, and the Oak sisters. And also, I'm sure one of the players is getting ready to be embarrassed as I call her out, but Livy McKinley is our very own Deputy Chief of LMPD's daughter. Where's Livy? Hey, Livy. Is Deputy Chief McKinley even here? Oh, there you are. All right. Go Rockets. So it's great to have Louisville Metro government connections to this team. And behind this amazing team of great young women, of great young athletes who have made Louisville proud already, and I'm so excited to watch all of them in their future careers, not just as athletes, but as citizens, is a wonderful coach, Coach Suzanne Greenwood, who I would like to call up here right now to say a few words. Coach Greenwood?
Thank you. There's a lot of cameras up here. Okay. Thank you, Mayor Greenberg, and your staff for having us here, and of course, Deputy Chief McKinley as well for welcoming us and having this idea. We are thankful as citizens for everything that you all do to keep us safe and to work very hard for us here in the government. So just know that Assumption and my family always have your support for everything that you do. Our biggest thank you, of course, goes to the president of Assumption, Mary Lang, our principal, Martha Tedesco, and of course, our athletic director, Lisa Pinkston, and her assistant, Mary Elise Schlick. These 4 women single-handedly hold up Assumption, and they support us in every way possible. The most supportive people that I know, I always go on record saying that there's nothing that they don't say yes to except that one thing that happened this year. With Coach Owens, but that's kind of an inside joke with us. And Lisa will know what I'm speaking of. But they really are so supportive, and you can't have a program like this without support of amazing women. So this year was very special for Assumption High School. Our softball team brought home the 7th state tournament championship this year, and winning doesn't happen by accident. It is hours and hours of practice, scouting, intentional scheduling, and a lot of strategy goes into it as well. It's buy-in from these young ladies and their families. It's administrative support. It's parents who always pitch in at a moment's notice, and we have amazing parents at Assumption. We have an amazing coaching staff as well. They are very smart. They offer lots of insight, ideas, and perspective, and without them, we wouldn't be where we are. Nothing great happens without all of these things firing on all cylinders, and greatness definitely just doesn't happen without all of these things. When I was hired at Assumption 2 years ago, Lisa told me that it was her goal for Assumption to be the standard in women's athletics in the state. Our president, Mary Lang, talked about sports being the front porch of your school and the visual representation of what goes on inside. It is evident that their vision is coming to fruition with wins that are happening on and off the field at Assumption. We all know that a front porch cannot stand without it being held up by a strong foundation that it is built upon. Assumption is built upon a culture that is dedicated to educating young women in a Catholic community where faith guides, compassion inspires, excellence empowers, and integrity matters. There's a common thread with all of these state titles, and that is the Assumption culture. Every day, these women walk through doors that nurture excellence. It starts with a smiling face in the drop-off line. It continues with high academic standards that meet these young women where they are. It builds upon a community of women supporting women, and it ends at home with families who foster this growth. These young ladies have come to embrace excellence in all they do, and it shows in the classroom, in the community, and anywhere else in the world that they go. I believe that I speak for everyone at Assumption, from our parents to our staff to our athletes, when we say thank you for this special recognition and all of your support of the Louisville community. Thank you.
Don't go too far. Don't go too far, Coach Greenwood, because on behalf of the entire city of Louisville, we want to honor in a special way the Assumption Rockets. To the entire team, congratulations, great victory, and keep it going. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, next up is a true great story of perseverance, of commitment, of dedication, of not getting down after a challenging loss in one season, but bouncing back and giving it your all once again and coming out on top. That's the story of the Trinity High School Rocks, as I saw it, this year. They persevered this year against also Louisville's own PRP Panthers, walking it off in the ninth inning and securing their second state championship in baseball. It was an amazing run. I know last year was a tough loss for you all, and to come back the way that you all did with the victories that you all had is really something special, and is something that all of us can learn, not just in sports, but all of us can learn in life as well. That when something might not go your way, there might be a big disappointment. If you truly want it and you truly have a goal, you stay committed, you stay focused, you keep working at it, and oftentimes you'll eventually reach that goal. You all did just that. We are so proud of your entire team, so excited for all of you. And just like Assumption, there's another amazing individual and great person guiding the team as their coach, who also has a connection to Louisville Metro government. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming retired LMPD detective and now coach of Trinity, Rick Arnold. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A special congratulations to Assumption and your team. You guys were awesome. Good job. And Mr. Mayor and your leadership team, we appreciate your inclusivity of us and Assumption as well. Being here is an honor. I watched this ceremony on TV last year, and it's a motivating factor that our guys don't even know about, but an extra motivation, if you will. But congratulations to PRP, our valiant opponent in the championship game. They're a great program and a great team, so we want to congratulate them as well. And we want to thank you and your team again. I've got just a couple things to say that I think are really important. Dr. Mullen, our outgoing president, JT James Torr, our incoming president, athletic director Sean Duggins, who's with us today, Principal Zoller, Dr. Dan Zoller, and all of our leadership team at Trinity has enabled our student athletes to have the best experience possible. So we're indebted to that leadership team forever, and grateful for all of their support on and off the field daily and around the calendar. So special thanks to all those people. At the end of the day, this group, we can talk about heroes, we can talk about all the work that goes into it, but there was 21 heroes. And those 21 heroes are not all here today, because we've got some that are off in college, schools like Notre Dame, the College of Wooster, other prestigious universities where they're already off studying or preparing for baseball in college. And we've got a few on vacation, a few at showcases, so we're limited in our numbers today. But there are 21 heroes, some of which, like I said, aren't here. But some of the parents are here, and we appreciate all of your support. Our school does not make this happen without a true team, just like your team, Mayor, making this happen today, this ceremony. So I want to take this chance to thank our parents again for all they do for us, all of our people that support our kids every day. And there are 21 heroes in uniform every day, and there are 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 coaches every day that are heroes too, and they're standing in the back. So I just want to make sure I send a special thanks to that group as well. But the real heroes are the 21 players in uniform. Thank you, sir.
Don't go too far. And also, Coach, don't go too far, because just like with Assumption, we also want to especially recognize you, your entire team, those 21 heroes, your entire staff, the entire support system of Trinity. Congratulations on this amazing state championship. Congrats.
And you have great socks on, Mayor.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I wore my baseball socks today. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. I did that. So again, a giant congratulations to Assumption, to Trinity. What great state championship victories. We're really excited to watch you all as teams, as individuals in the future. Good luck with your careers in athletics, with your career in academics, whatever you all choose to do. Go for it. Just like you all won these state championships, you all can accomplish any dreams that you all have in life. And I hope you do it right here in Louisville. Congratulations again.